What is up, everybody? This is Pastor Jacob with another Encouraging Witness Wednesday video. Now, today our scripture comes from 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. And it reads, "Do not be yoked together with unbelievers. For what do righteousness and wickedness have in common? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness?" So our text brings us a simple but profound truth. Oil and water does not mix. We need to recognize that if we are to be godly, we cannot intermingle with unbelievers, because that's going to distract us from our mission of godliness. When we are linked to unbelievers, the illustration that Paul is using here is basically saying that when two oxen are yoked together, if there's one oxen that is strong and the other weak, or there's one that's taller and the other shorter, those oxen are going to be pulling in circles. They're going to be going in circles because the deficiencies of the weaker oxen drives the stronger oxen in circles. He can't do what he needs to do. So then think about that in your Christian life. And I'm not saying that you can't talk to unbelievers or that you cannot have acquaintances or whatever the case is. I am saying that any type of meaningful relationship where it causes you to be bound together, where relationships, romantic, platonic, friendships, work relationships, whatever it is that causes you to be close-knit or tight. When you are close-knit with someone who is an unbeliever, there has to be a compromise. Either you're not going to be as Christianly and as godly as you should be, or they're not going to be as secular and worldly as they would be. Somebody's going to have to compromise, and more often than not, it's going to be the Christian. As my mother would say, clean doesn't make dirty clean, but dirty can make clean dirty. Meaning, if you're wearing a clean white t-shirt, brand new, if you spill something on it, it's going to be stained. It's not going to be hard to mess up that shirt. It's not going to be hard to get a stain in that shirt. It almost seems like when you wear white, you just attract stains. But then think about when you go to wash clothes. You got to pre-treat that white shirt. You got to pre-treat the stains. You got to add this additive and that additive to your laundry and spend all of this money on expensive laundry detergent to try to get those whites clean and bright. It's not easy to get them clean, but it's easy to get them dirty. And that is something that we should understand in our Christian walk, that it'll be a whole lot easier for non-believers' behaviors and their mindset and their thoughts to rub off on us than it would be for ours to rub off on them, because the flesh is already anti anything that the Bible says just by its nature. So it's going to be much harder for us being clean to win them than it would be for them to soil us. So we got to be very careful that we're not mixing ourselves with unbelievers, hanging out with them too often, or doing so many things with them where they're able to pull us away from God instead of us drawing them to God. Drawing them to God ain't going to be done by doing things their way. You have to set boundaries and set standards, and you have to hold to them. Oil and water does not mix. If this makes sense to you, leave me a comment responding to what I've said. Give me a feedback. What do you think about it? Let me know. Like this video, share it with your friends. I truly appreciate that. Thank you.